Welcome to the Guidance for Light and Sound Meditation video series with Mark from PureEnergyMeditation.com. This is video number 5 of 45. Okay, so now that we're actually sitting down and starting to meditate, it's worth actually checking how we're sitting and understanding how our physical posture can have some influence in our ability to be still, to relax, to let go and to enjoy our meditation. So the first thing I really want to look at is whether you should lie down or whether you should sit upright in your meditation. There's pros and cons to each. If we lie down, it's the most relaxing way of being. But unfortunately for most people, if we lie down, we're also just going to fall asleep. That's because that's the habit of our body. To lie down is to fall asleep. That doesn't mean you can't meditate lying down. But it is worth considering, especially if you lie down in bed to meditate, the chances are you will just fall asleep. So if you are having trouble staying focused and staying aware in your meditation, then lying down might not be the best choice. Sitting upright is the next best thing. Although there are some forms of meditation where you stand, for example in Tai Chi, when you do closed eyes standing and things like this. But really, if we sit down, then we can relax our bodies enough to start to let go of them, but we don't have to stay awareness in the body. Now, there is a more subtle reason why it's actually better to sit down than to lie down. And if we take a real step back and we just look at fundamental principles of the planet. So the Earth's magnetic field runs from the North Pole down to the South Pole. And so while it runs across the planet, it's running relative to where you are horizontally. So the Earth's field runs across the surface of the planet. So when you lie down horizontally, you align yourself with the magnetic field of the planet. And that means that you're more aligned with magnetism. The other big influence energetically on the planet is the sun. The sun's rays, which are light, reach the surface of the planet more or less vertically. So they come from the sun and they come down. So when you're sitting upright, you're aligned with light. You're aligned with energy that comes from the sun. So horizontally, you're aligned with earth and magnet, and vertically, you're aligned with sun and light. Now, in terms of how your energy works in your body, you have a magnetic field, but you also have an electric field, and you have an aura, and you are a being of light. When you sit vertically aligned, you are aligning with light in the most simplest of ways. And on higher levels, you're also aligning your chakra system with the flow of energy that comes from what some people call the solar logos. When you lie down horizontally, you effectively take your spinal column and therefore your chakras out of alignment with light, and you align them with the earth energies. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, and we need to sleep and we need to align with the magnetic field, and so we do this every single day. But in terms of consciousness and higher consciousness and staying awake, then it's better to sit upright and stay aligned with light, because light is the highest vibration that we experience. So when you look at the entire animal kingdom and all the different animals out there, humans really are the only animal whose spine is aligned in everyday life with the sun. Even apes that can walk on their hind legs spend most of their time leaning forwards, walking on all fours. So their spine, from their crown chakra all the way down to their base chakra, is never truly aligned with the highest vibration. And this is why human beings at this time have the potential to be spiritual, because we are aligned with light. And that alignment isn't just on the physical plane and on the kind of chakra level, but on a much higher level too. So if you're interested in higher consciousness and really going inside and being much more present, then it makes a lot more sense to sit upright in your meditation. But Whatever I say, I want you to play with and explore. So I want you to go off and meditate lying down and then meditate sitting up. And notice what makes a difference. Now, for some people, they may have a bad back. They may have a physiological problem. And it is actually difficult to sit comfortably for long periods of time, in which case it's better to do meditation lying down than to not do any meditation at all. So there's no absolute rules like you should not meditate lying down. In fact, on a daily basis, I generally do about 2 hours a day. I do longer meditates at the weekend, but on a daily basis, I aim to do about 2 hours a day, an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening. Sometimes when I'm teaching, I might be doing 3 or 4 hours of meditation. But at the end of the day, when I go to bed, I lie down, I actually do some more meditation. So I do meditate lying down, because for me, it's a lovely way of ending the day as well. But if I only had 5 minutes in a day and I was going to meditate, I would meditate sitting upright. For the simple reason that from my own experience, I found it much easier to go deeper into meditation when you're aligned with light than when you align with Earth's magnetic field. If you've never sat and meditated, you're going to be more aware of your posture anyway, because it's probably the first time you're closing your eyes and actually having an intention to be still, so you'll notice your body more. If there is an ache or a pain, it's just an opportunity to notice that maybe you could do something with your body, like a bit of stretching or a bit of yoga, or have a hot bath or something to help move these aches and pains away. You'd be amazed how much we carry in our bodies on a daily basis that we're not even aware of. And it's only as we start to become still that we really start to notice these things. So it's all going to come out the first few times you sit down and meditate. And you may think, well, how can I do this? How can I sit and meditate? I'm noticing my legs, I'm noticing my bum, I'm noticing my back. Meditation is fundamentally about love. It's about stillness. And that's about including. So rather than giving yourself a hard time because you're noticing your back or your shoulder or your legs, just accept what you notice. And it's an opportunity then to heal, to learn, to support your body. Because now that you notice these things, you can do something about it. So give it a little bit of time, play with it. Sit for 5 minutes, notice what you notice. See what the difference is, say, sitting with your legs out in front of you, or sitting cross-legged, sitting in a beanbag, sitting in a chair, sitting on your bed with some cushions behind you. Find what works for you. And, try something different as well, so that you just mix it up a bit and keep it fresh. Everything that I'm sharing with you, I've learned from my own experiences, and that meant that I meditated lying down and I meditated sitting upright, and I found for myself what the difference was from my own experiences. And I'm sharing this with you to give you an opportunity to find out for yourself, because ultimately the thing that has the most value is what you know from your own experience. The next thing to really look at in terms of just fine-tuning your body posture is to consider your head. So when people are meditating, sometimes, and I see this when I teach a large group of people, if I look around the room, there'll be a range of postures. So just to give you an idea, some people will meditate and their heads will go back. Some people will meditate and their heads will drop. Or they might be off to one side. It's perfectly normal, because as you start to meditate, you're allowing the subtle energy currents in your body, what some people refer to as kundalini, and there's other energy circuits too. You're allowing these to re-establish balance and to find new harmony. And in the process, sometimes your head might find itself leaning one way or leaning back or coming forwards as a direct result of energy alignments. But a lot of the time, what's happening is that the head drops forwards because we're tired, or drops back because we're tired. So if you're aware of it, again, being aware means you can create change. And it might mean that you need more rest, in which case you can do something about it. But what we're looking for in meditation is balance. So ideally, without any strain in the neck or at the back or in the front, what we want to do is find that balance point. So just close your eyes for a moment, and as you hear my voice, I just want you to allow your head to just drop down as far as is comfortable, okay? And take a few deep breaths as your head moves towards your chest. So your chin moves down towards your sternum. And notice what that's like. And notice how it affects your feelings and your thoughts. And notice how still you are. Now, keeping your eyes closed, slowly, gently allow your head to move back so that your head tips back and you're looking more towards the ceiling. And when you're as far back as is comfortable, then just notice what that's like. Notice how your thoughts change, notice how your feelings change, and notice what it's like on the inside. And now, keeping your eyes closed, just bring your head forwards to find a comfortable balance, halfway between being all the way down and being all the way back. And wherever this is your point of balance, where your head is gently supported by your neck. You see, what happens is, as we tip our head forwards, we go into our emotions more. And as we tip our head back, we go more into our thoughts. And we see this every single day in how people are communicating. So, for example, you bump into a friend, so how do you feel about what happened last week? And they go, well, and they look down, because that's where people access their feelings. That's where their memories of feelings are as well. The feeling zone is down here. And they go, oh, okay, so they look down and they access their feelings. You say, okay, hey, by the way, do you remember those plans we'd drawn up for that conversion that we were going to do to the loft? Something very visual, something very technical. And they go, oh yeah, I remember. And they start seeing the plan up here, or whatever it is. And that's because this is very visual, this is very mental. So when we're accessing our mind, we're looking up. And when we're accessing our emotions, we're looking down. So in this way, when we meditate, we want to be as neutral as possible. So if we are looking up, we're more likely to go into our mind. And if we're looking down, we're more likely to go into our emotions. So again, I just encourage you to play with this, to notice the difference. There's other subtle things going on. So for example, if we bring our chin down, we're closing off our throat chakra, which creates a bit of a block of energy. So it's harder to bring energy down to the heart and to the solar plexus and the other centers within us. Similarly, if we tip our head back, we're closing off the back of the neck, and we're closing off the flow, not only of blood, but of energy around the body. So we really want to find that balance point. And this is where something like Tai Chi is really, really wonderful, because a good instructor will spend a lot of time just making sure that you can stand in alignment, allowing the energy to flow from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes, opening up the different joints and energy circuits within your body. So we don't want to be too rigid in how we sit, and certainly if you're experiencing a rush of energy or a movement, just go with it, allow the head to move. But as you sit down to meditate, again, just have the intention to be representing balance within your physical body. So rather than twisting and leaning against something, try and sit with your back nice and straight. It doesn't have to be, perfectly straight, just comfortably straight, without twisting, without having one arm here and another arm somewhere else. Just both arms, say, resting, hands on your lap or something like that. And again, the head just supported with the neck, but allowing the energy to flow by not being too far forwards or too far back. And since we mentioned hands, the last thing I'm really going to bring up in terms of posture at this stage, and we'll refine posture and we'll look at things like mudras, which is how you position your fingers and stuff like this, another time in another video. But when people are meditating, you can place your left hand palm up on top of your right hand, or you can just have your hands resting on your legs. I would generally avoid this kind of thing, because I've seen so many people just sitting in meditation and they don't even realize it. They're playing with their thumbs. They're twiddling their fingers. And there's so much of your brain goes into coordinating your fingers that even if it's on an unconscious level, if your hands are playing with themselves and you're kind of playing thumb wars or whatever with your hands, you're keeping your awareness in your physical body. So that's why I say just let your hands drop onto your lap. They can either just be resting against each other, maybe that, or just palms down or palms up, whatever feels natural and comfortable, resting on your lap, because it's one less distraction. If you do find that your hands are twiddling, some people play with their rings or their thumbs just are rubbing, then just take your hands apart. Because what's most important is A, that you're comfortable, and B, that you're not distracting yourself. And it's the same with your legs. It really doesn't matter if you sit cross-legged or you have your feet apart. I generally recommend having your feet on the ground, or if you're sitting cross-legged or, on a chair, just having your feet comfortably. If you've got one foot kind of across the other knee, that can become quite uncomfortable after a while and quite distracting. So just go for the maximum comfort and again the minimum distraction. So you're glad to know that there's no need to sit in a full lotus or half lotus position, that it's okay to have back support. You don't have to be freestanding when you're sitting. Some people just can't sit cross-legged comfortably. You can put your legs out in front of you, you can kneel down. Some people like to kneel on their heels. Whatever it is, it should be comfortable so that you can do it without it becoming a distraction. We've talked about the head, we've talked about the benefits of sitting upright, and hopefully what you're realizing is that one of the most important things is to just be comfortable.
Sitting comfortably with your eyes closed. Just allow yourself to notice your body, supported and resting, whether you're on a chair, lying in bed, or sitting in a beanbag or anywhere else. Just notice how your body is resting against whatever is supporting it. And allow within your awareness your attention on the inside to go to your breath as you breathe in through your nose, deeper into your body, and breathe out, letting go. Just letting go. And the more you notice in the breath, then the more you can simply notice more of the body. And meditation is about noticing what's there and including within your awareness anything you notice in a accepting and loving way. So as you breathe in and as you let go, you can start to allow yourself to become more aware of different parts of you. And starting with your feet, just notice your feet. Notice the right foot and the left foot. Notice how they feel different, and also become aware of what is the same. And any tension that's there in your feet is simply there to allow them to relax even more now. And as you continue to sit with your eyes closed, then you can allow your inner awareness to be more present in your feet. So that as you breathe in and as you let go of the breath, then your feet can relax even more, letting go. Letting go of any tension in the muscles and allowing all the different parts to relax. Just relax. And as you breathe in and as you relax, then you can allow your awareness on the inside to move up from the feet into the ankles, noticing the left and the right, and just being present. And as you're aware of the ankles, then you can allow them to make any adjustments to allow you to become even more relaxed here, now, as you take another breath and letting go, allow your awareness on the inside to move up into your lower legs, again noticing one side and the other, and noticing them together too. So that as you breathe in, and as you let go of the breath, letting go, then your lower legs can relax, and whatever you find is fine. Whether they're the same or different is just the way they are, and the way they are is perfect. So as you breathe in, and as you relax even more on the inside, then you can gently allow that awareness on the inside to move up into your knees, noticing one side and the other, what feels right and also what's left, making any adjustments to allow you to become stiller, still, now, so that the more you simply accept your knees the way they are, then the more they can relax, allowing you to begin to draw your awareness up into your upper legs, the left and the right, noticing, accepting, and letting go. Then you can allow your awareness, your noticing on the inside, to move up through the hips and into the base of the body. And just sit for a moment, being present in this space, noticing what that's like, being aware, accepting, and letting go, allowing your body to automatically make any adjustments needed, so that you can just be stiller, still, now. And as you breathe in, you can allow that breath to flow deeper into your body, joining your awareness, allowing the belly to move gently with each breath, filling you up and emptying, becoming aware of your sides and your lower back and your belly at the front, noticing, being aware, and simply accepting whatever you notice, whatever gets your attention, as you go more into being aware of your body, so that with your next gentle breath, your awareness on the inside can begin to expand and rise up to include your heart and your lungs and all the different parts on the inside as we move into your upper body. Now, breathing in and letting go, becoming aware of your chest and your sides and your back, allowing any adjustments needed so that you can simply feel even more relaxed now. And as you breathe in, and as you simply notice, then that awareness can move up into your shoulders, allowing them to soften, letting go of any tension, allowing the right side and the left side to become balanced, so that with the next breath, that balance can move down into each arm, through the biceps and triceps and past the elbows, the forearms and the wrists, all the way down into your hands and all the way to the tip of each finger and each thumb, so that the more you simply notice your hands, then the more your hands can relax. Now, letting go, just letting go. And as your hands let go, then your body can continue to automatically relax while still supporting you. And that part of you that's hearing my voice on the inside can gently become aware of the throat and the neck, supporting your head, balanced. And as you notice your head, then you can gently on the inside be aware of if it's leaning to one side or the other, or if it's leaning forwards or back. Because the more balanced you are, then the more things simply line up, allowing things to flow with ease. So as you breathe in and as you let go, then you can gently allow the head to become more balanced. And just notice what that's like. And gently, staying comfortable, allow your head to lean forward so that your chin moves towards your chest. Just relaxing down gently, as if you're looking down, and notice how that feels, and notice how that changes. And gently allow your chin to raise and your head to tip back as far as is comfortable. Noticing how as your head tips back, then things flow in a different way. And you can become aware of how that's different. And with your head as far back as is comfortable, allow the breath to flow and notice what's different and notice what's the same. And with your next deep breath, you can slowly and gently allow your head to come forwards again to find that balanced position, halfway between being as far back as is comfortable and halfway between being as far forwards as is comfortable, so that you're not looking down or leaning back, but simply balanced, allowing the throat to be open and allowing the breath to flow with ease in through the nose and deep into your body. And as the breath continues to flow automatically, then you can take your awareness round the back of your neck to the base of your skull, and slowly and gently allow your awareness, that loving, accepting awareness, to move up and round the sides, coming to rest on the top of your head, what some people call the crown. And as you breathe in and as you let go, then you can just gently enjoy resting at the top of your head, being aware, noticing, and simply accepting whatever you're aware of this particular time. And as you breathe in, and as you let go, just let go, then that soft awareness can flow over your brow, allowing your brow to relax past your temples and over your eyes, so that your eyes soften and you're no longer looking but simply being on the inside. And your cheeks and your jaw and your mouth relax as you gently allow your awareness to draw more inside, letting go, letting go. And as you're here in this space, simply being, then notice where your attention rests on the inside, and allow that awareness to begin to also be aware of all of your body at the same time, so that the breath is just a continuous flow, bringing fresh energy into the body and letting go of anything that you no longer need, allowing the body to relax even more as you simply rest now. And from this space on the inside, you can begin to also become aware of your body resting, supported on the outside, and staying in this stiller space in the next few moments. You can also begin to become more aware of the room around you, so that in a little while, but not yet, when you open your eyes, you can simply observe, looking from the stillness. So taking a deep breath all the way in and letting go as you become more aware of the room. And in the next few moments, you can open your eyes now.
So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope you found it enjoyable but also useful. If you've not already done so, then check out the first video that I did and then all the subsequent videos, because watching them in the order that they're presented, you'll get the most benefit from them. As with all the other things I do, including the teaching, MP3 downloads, articles and the ebook, everything I do for free. And I put it out there simply to help people just like you to get the most from their meditation. So please do feel free to share this video with others. And if you've not already had a look, then head on over to my website, where you'll find lots of downloads, useful articles, and even a free ebook. And most importantly, enjoy meditating and putting into practice these different techniques and things that we're learning. Thank you again for taking the time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.